Episode 1 of AutoCraft Season 6 hasn't even fully gone out yet, and I'm already starting episode 2. But if you watched the last episode, you know why. But welcome back to another episode of AutoCraft Season 6. Honestly, that feels really awesome to say, and it's also weird at the same time. This is my 4th season of AutoCraft. In the last episode being the first, we built up our farmer's house and our wheat field coming down here to kick us off on our new season. However, in today's episode, we're going to go more of the farming and automation route, because this season, I want to be selling enchanted books. And now, I don't mean these books that we're getting from fishing. We're going to need to get ourselves some villagers, because not only will that be much better enchants, but it will also be much easier to get. Luckily enough, I already know where one's going to be, because it is going to be our industrial district for this season. And it's about 4,000 blocks away, so it's probably going to be easier if we get some obsidian. And now, I only have 2, which means I need to go mine some more. And this is totally the fun part of Minecraft, when I get to go and collect more obsidian. You know, one of the blocks that takes the longest to break in this game. Luckily, Rosie is letting me use her mine, so I'm just hoping there's a little bit of lava down here, maybe even some obsidian already made. I cannot find any lava down here, which means I need to find out a different way to get my obsidian. And now I have to go all the way back up these stairs. Found some lava, and I remembered to bring some water. I almost forgot. If we found any lava in the first cave, I wouldn't have had any water to actually make it into obsidian, but it's fine. And then the last thing we're going to need is just a flint and steel. And then now we have to go into the nether, which I'm hoping this is going to be fine. Although I'm realizing I should probably bring some stuff over there with me. All right, here we go. Got a bunch of different stuff. Let's head into the nether and get over there. And I actually haven't been into the bottom part of the nether since we left on day 1, so I wonder if it's any different. Okay, it is a little different. I see some people have made pathways. There's a portal over there. Don't know where that goes. Okay, let me figure out what the coordinates that we need to go to, and then we'll head out there. All right, I did the math, and we have to go to -60, -456. This should be fun. We gotta go this way. I'm already going the wrong way. Let's head out there. Okay, let's go ahead and make the portal here. We were at the quartz, and I totally didn't die on the way here. That's why all my stuff is jumbled and I lost my helmet. And I'm down to 7 levels. That totally did not happen. And wait for it. Wait for it. And here we are in the village. Welcome, my friends, to the very beginnings of our industrial district for Season 6. And now, there's something very important about this industrial district that we have here. And it's specific to this mountain. Because if we climb all the way up the mountain, we will see, one, a big nether portal. Didn't know that was there. But most importantly, on the other side of this mountain, we have a big plains biome. The reason why this plains biome is important is because, well, our mega base is going to be right there. So we'll have our base on one side of the mountain and our industrial district right on the other. All right, I need to fix my inventory up and kind of get settled here, so I'll be right back. This may look ugly as it is just a cobblestone box. However, this is our villager breeder. I've set this up. We got 2 guys in there. They've been kind of working away for a bit. And then this is where the villagers are going to come out. We then take them up through the rails and then we can put them off into little pods. I'm currently working to see if I can get ourselves at least mending starting off, because I want to get a little temporary shop set up that is going to have a couple of the basic books that you're going to need, being maybe efficiency, mending, unbreaking, fortune, silk touch, just those kinds of books. So I'm going to be sitting here probably doing this for a while. Progress has been coming along pretty good when it comes to villagers. I've got a couple back stock in here. What is that? 5 villagers in there ready to go. We've got 2 Fletchers trading sticks for emeralds, and I have 3 librarians that I've already locked in. This one down here is a protection 4. This guy over here is a silk touch, and then the middle guy is going to be our mending. I got mending for 14, and I know this isn't the cheapest that you can get it for, but 14 is honestly really good. And 6 for silk touch is also really good. But since I have a I didn't mean to almost punch that glass, but since I have a backlog of villagers now, I want to make an iron farm probably right over here. That way I can also, instead of trying to do sticks, because that's just going to be a lot of wood chopping, I can get iron so I can sell iron to these guys as well. Now, when it comes to iron farms, I don't know how to build them. Villager breeders, I have this one basically locked in my memory. I believe this is made by Logical Geek Boy. But iron farms, I have absolutely no no idea of how to actually make them and make them work and make sure that iron golems aren't going to spawn where they're not supposed to be. So I'm going to follow a tutorial. And here it is. This is an iron farm, I believe made by ENX04. And this thing is honestly really easy to make. If I just go in here, it is just 3 villagers being scared by 1 zombie, and it's just constantly making us iron. Although I am realizing now that I really should go down here and just block this up. Definitely don't want anything spawning in here and potentially messing up the farm. So now this is all set, and we can start getting ourselves some villagers that have the iron trade, and we can start raking in a ton more emeralds. I have set up some of these smithing villagers so we can get the iron for emerald trade, and I have been doing that a lot with the current iron that we have, just coming in and just doing this trade, which has been raking in a lot of emeralds. But every once in a while, these trades like to go up to like 15 iron for 1 emerald, which is absolutely crazy. But since I have these emeralds, let me just go over here. Let me buy a bookcase, so then I can buy some more mending books, because I have been working on getting 1 full box full of mending books. I'm almost there. I only need 7 more books, and then we'll have a full chest of mending books. I'm pretty sure that I'm not going to be able to get a whole bunch of books set up before I go on vacation at this point. So I'm just trying to get mainly mending and maybe on breaking 3 if we can get that villager in the first place. That way I can set the most amount of those books up, because let's be honest, those are going to be raking us in the most diamonds. So as long as we can get the most amount of these, then we can get the rest of the books set up after I come back. But in order for me to maximize our efficiency here, I'm going to need to start using zombies to zombify these villagers down, and then so I can cure them up and give me better trades. In order to do that, we do need to start off by going back to the house, because we're going to come over here because I need some spider eyes. Now, fire did give me 2 because, well, I gave him a little bit of iron. But do we have? Okay, so we have another 5 here, and that was lightning right next to the house. That was very loud. That was like right here. That was terrifying. Anyways, let's see if we have any more in here, which I probably don't. Nope, so it looks like 7's gonna be our most, but that's not bad because we can do, I think, up to like 4 villagers with 1 potion, and 1 of these is gonna make 3 potions. So I think for right now, 7 will be fine. But we do have to do the fun part of going to get some blaze rods, unless somebody has some. I didn't think about that. Does anyone have some blaze rods that I could buy off of them? There's a decent amount of people online. We might be able to. But I just need to get rid of this rain. So it looks like Geo has 2. And well, we're probably gonna need more than 2. I mean, it technically will work, but it'd probably be best if we just go to another fortress and farm up some blaze rods. Let me see, how many diamonds do we have right now? We have 14. I think we should probably just craft the rest of our diamond armor here. Oh, never mind. No, we can't. We do not have enough for pants. Well, I guess we're using iron pants, because this will at least help protect us just a little bit more. Now, do I have a shield? Aha, shield. And then most importantly, there's one other thing that I need to do here. I'm actually going to craft an additional shield. And then let's just grab some blocks here just in case we need them. All right, made some more food. Let's get going. But first, I'm just going to put that in there for fire. But all right, let's get into the nether here. And let's find another fortress. Oh, not a good way to start. Oh, there it is. There we go. We have our nether fortress. I found another pathway, and I was like, you know what? Maybe this is leading to one. I think it is. Just gotta get you out of the way. All right, here we go here. Hopefully we don't run into anything too bad here. I'm hoping that we can find a form of like a blaze spawner or something like that, because all I really need are blaze rods. This is why I have my shield, because I should be able to block these. Oh, and we have wither skeletons too. No. No, no. There we go. We've got our first blaze rods here. And we already have 3. That's not bad. I'm going to try to get up to maybe like 25, 30-ish. That way I can guarantee that we will have enough for what we need. And there's a blaze spawner right here. Here we go. This is perfect. Let me farm these up for a bit, and I'll come back. All right, got 63 blaze rods. I think that's enough. So let's make our way back over to the industrial district. As long as I can figure out which way to go. I think it's this way. Back over here, we can use the stuff that we have to make some fermented spider eyes. And then we are going to need to make a brewing stand and then get a couple of blaze powder to put in here. And now the only thing that I'm going to be missing is some glass bottles. So I have to get some sand. I think for right now, I'm just going to get 6. We shouldn't need anything more than 6 bottles right now because we don't have a lot of villagers. All right, put the bottles in and then just a fermented spider eye. And this is just going to make ourselves some weakness potions. And here we go. We have ourselves some weakness potions. And now I'm realizing we are missing the second half of this, which is golden apples. We have the apples. We just need the gold. I'm gonna go see if we have any at the house. Managed to get a total of 46 gold here, so we can make all 5 golden apples. And now I'm gonna get a system set up for this. And here is going to be the system. We are going to have a villager come out of the breeder to right here where we'll stop them, where we can give them their trade. And then they'll move down to right here where they will have a zombie in this boat, which will kill them. And then we have this set up over here for us to just push the zombie villager over so then we can cure them. But let's wait for nighttime so we can lure a zombie into this boat. All right, Mr. Zombie, you just kind of make your way this way and then I'll just bring you over there. I'm sure everything is gonna go fine. But all right, you should just get in this boat right here. Come on. No, wait. Get in the boat, sir. Sir, I need you to get in the boat. There we go. Thank you very much. So if I'm sitting right here, yep, you can hit me. All right, now before we can sleep, I just need to make a little protective area above him. That way, ow. Once it becomes daytime, he is not going to die. Probably just something like that will do the trick. Now, I do want to see that if I make an iron sword here, if this guy is going to take it. No, it doesn't look like he wants the sword. I'll try throwing it maybe a little closer to him. And no, doesn't look like he wants the weapon, but that's fine. He'll just be a little bit slower. But all right, let's start this off by grabbing one of our smithing guys. Should just be able to push the minecart into here. Maybe not. Should be able to just push the minecart into here, and there we go. And while we're at it, I'm just going to try to get all these guys into minecarts so we can just push them through at rapid pace. There we go. They're all in minecarts, and let's see. Let's give this one a push and see what happens. All right, so that zombie should start attacking the villager here. There we go. And because we are on hard mode, it will just turn him straight into a zombie villager, which I'm realizing. Yep. Do that. I need water. I need water quick. Okay, I think we're good. We're good. He didn't die fully. I didn't even think about the fact that we need to put a covering over all of this. I made some cobblestone slabs here. This should do the trick. Okay, there we go. So what we're going to do now is just flick this lever. And then there we go. And then we can take another lever here and flick that. So the next guy will go here. And then we'll just add some levers on the rest of these. But let's get the rest of these guys zombified. And all right, there's the last one. And now we are ready to play that really loud noise of purifying these guys. So I should be able to throw one here. And then that should work for these 3. Yep. And then the last one here to do these 2. Now we'll just wait till these guys get their shakes out. And there we go. There's all 5. And let's see what we got here. 1 iron for an emerald on all 3 of these. 1 emerald per mending book. And 1 emerald per protection 4. We're going to be able to get a lot of stuff here. I'm going to get these guys back over into their area. And I'm going to get to doing a lot of trading. I am about to hate myself because I may have been going a little bit overboard with these books. And well, I got a lot of books. This one is a full chest of mending, and then this one is half protection 4, half silk touch. And the reason why I'm going to hate myself is I have to bring this all the way back to Starter Town, and I only have my inventory. This might suck. I mean, I'm going to make 4 trips here, but it's going to be fine, right? Sir, please tell me it's going to be fine. I'm hoping that this will be fine. I'm just going to grab this. I feel like there's no point in me even trying to like take more than an inventory's worth because we need to make the trip 4 times no matter what. But first, we got busted.
Did you stop by my place?
No.
First and look at my barrel?
No.
You did something. I have the funniest clip. I come over here to investigate. I'm just sneaking. You go right past me. You go to my island. You open my barrel, and then you just leave.
That's weird.
And then I find my boat later,
why.
and I'm like, oh, I guess he didn't steal it. Now I kind of feel bad.
Okay, here we go. The last trip, and then we'll be good. I think I definitely need to extend this farmland and make it go all the way down to here. From over here, yeah, it definitely needs more. Jump! And here we go. The last deposit of books. So now everything's in Starter Town. And so what I'm thinking is right here, we clear out our trees and all the temporary stuff that we have so we can put in a little trolley, a little like stand that will be selling these temporary books. So for this little stand, I want to use spruce. We have 46 logs. That should be good enough. All right, here we go. Let's go ahead and get this trolley set up. I'm going to use oak trap doors as the wheels. I'm basically going to make kind of the same thing that I made in my quarry for last season, where we're going to start off with a base like this. Now, I'm also going to need an anvil because I want to name the barrels what the prices are going to be, which means I also need to make some barrels in order to do that. So what I've got here is 2 types of barrels, one that is 1 book per 5 diamonds and one that is 1 book per 3 diamonds. So let's place these down here. Let's go there and there. If you didn't know, when you name a barrel, it'll actually change the name that's up here. And then we'll probably do this. So that right there will be a 1 diamond per 3. And then let's also put one right here. And here we go. Here's just a little makeshift wagon or trolley, whatever you want to call this, which just now we need to actually put the books inside of here. The books are in here now. There we go. So we got mending in here. We're going to do mending for 5. So that's why we have 2 barrels of mending for 5. And then protection and silk touch are both going to be 3 diamonds. And now the final thing we need to do is we just need to scream books. I think that'll do the trick. I place what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 signs down. And well, they all say the same thing. So that means I can let the other AutoCrafters know that this is here. And well, right here, we're going to have a very, very big transition. A lot of progress on the server might happen because I'm officially out of time and it is time for me to go on vacation. So this is going to be about a week of a cut. So I'll see you guys when I get back. 1 vacation later. And then just like that, we are a week later. I tended to the crops while you were gone. Thank you very much, Fire. I'm actually going to be using some of this wheat because in this wheat field, I do want to add in some like big hay bales in the middle. So this will come a long way. But obviously the most important thing is how many diamonds did we make in 1 week of this little tiny shop being up. Now, I don't exactly remember which barrels I put which books in. So let's start from the back. So in this one, that is a lot of diamonds. So this was protection 4. So we made 39 diamonds in protection 4. That is already a lot of diamonds. All right, next up, let's do this one. This is silk touch. Okay, good. I saved the mending for last. So for silk touch, we also have here 30 diamonds. Okay, and then for mending, oh my, this is a lot of diamonds. Let's just see from mending alone, we only have 1 mending book left. We made 4 stacks of diamonds. So then combining it with the rest, we have made just over 5 stacks of diamonds in 1 week. I think that's willing to say that I have become very rich. We have 37 blocks of diamonds here that we can spend on all the other shops that have shown up, which speaking of, I know this is going to be like tons of spoilers here, but just in the background here, there is so many more builds that have come up because people are absolutely insane here. Let's go ahead, and I'm definitely going to use some of these diamonds right now to just craft myself some pants because, well, my iron pants broke. So just this alone was already really good, but I want to get many more books because now that I'm back, obviously I have much more time to get going on getting more types of these books. Now, in order to get more books, I'm going to want to do a lot more zombification, and in order to do that, we need a lot of golden apples. Now, for the apples, I'm not really worried because I can just get a farmer villager and I can buy the apples. But when it comes to gold, I'm pretty sure that we do not have any gold because I used everything that we had on the last batch of villagers that we did. So what I'm thinking is let's grab some cobblestone here and then let's jump into the nether because I have fortune 3 on my pickaxe, which means I should be able to get a decent amount of gold just from the nether gold that's in there.
How much gold are you talking about here? I have 49 ingots.
However much you want to give up. I'm making golden apples.
49 ingots. I'm willing to give up 49 ingots.
Oh, all of it. Okay. And what exactly do you want for this?
Put me on the spot here, Crink. Well, this is the bartering system here. You can't buy gold off me. You have to trade for it. So what do you bring to the table that I may want?
I have books.
Do you have a Smite 4 or a Smite 5 book? Is that a thing that you have?
Unfortunately not yet.
Okay, you're in the process of it. Okay.
I'm gonna have hopefully everything is the goal. It's gonna take me a little time.
You have the shop, right?
Yes.
The bookshop?
I have lots of fish.
You mind if I take a little peruse real quick? Just
Sure. Nothing sorted.
Oh my gosh. Oh boy. It's kind of sorted a little bit.
It's not. I only have wood, some plants, and some cobblestone sorted. That's about it.
Okay, how about this? How about this? A little IOU of maybe a Smite 5 book or something like that. I don't know. Or
Okay.
gas tiers. I don't know. Just eventually pay me back and it'll be good.
You just want one Smite 5 book?
A Smite 5 would be perfect. That's
Okay,
perfect.
so I will get you one Smite 5, but I feel like that's also not enough, so I'm also going to give you 3 diamonds.
Okay, that's fair.
Thank you very much.
Yes, of course. It was great doing business with you. And don't forget, if you need a horse, I'm your guy.
I will keep that in mind. See ya. All right, well, that was good. We were able to get some gold, but I still want to try the nether tactic just to see if it was a little faster, but we're already got ourselves set up with 48 gold, which means that's already 6 more golden apples that we can make. But all right, now let's go into the nether. And wow, the nether is already looking a bit different since the last time I was here. There's more portals, there's a way up to the roof. And of course, we are not exactly ready to start working on the shopping district here yet. That's gonna be a little bit more time until we can actually start making some shops in here. But I think I'm gonna go off in this direction because this leads us more into a nether wastes. So hopefully we can use that area possibly to get some gold. Which actually, the more I'm thinking about it, this is not going to have much gold because we have been exploring this from day one. This is where we got all of the gold from trying to do all the piglin bartering day one to get bingo. Looking for some gold. We are... Hello, sir. I almost just looked you straight in the eyes. All right, here we go. Just kind of our first little bit of gold, and we got 4 nuggets from that, and it was only 1 ore. Well, that was not a good representation, but there is another set over here, so let's see. We're gonna go from 4 to 42, which makes how many ingots? I think that's 5 ingots or 4 ingots. So 4 ingots from 1 ore vein isn't bad because if we're in a nether waste, we are going to get more of those pockets that we'll be able to see. So let's make it a priority to try to find a nether wastes real quick. Because if we keep finding some veins like this, that's going to be very beneficial. Because this is going to be a lot of gold in just a little bit of area. Okay, this is going to be a pretty good way for us to get some even more gold. Okay, that is basically 1 full inventory worth of gold, and it took me about 10 or so minutes to actually fill my entire inventory, which means this is going to be... We're probably going to have roughly 3 full stacks of gold ingots plus this 52 that we have. But now we just have the challenge of trying to make it all the way back to the base without dying at all. But the good part is that we are on diamond armor, so our gear already is pretty good. It's just the fact that this is not enchanted whatsoever. I found a tunnel. I think this is the exact same tunnel that I was using for the Nether Fortress. So this is going to work, and it should hopefully be able to get us back. Ah, there's the portal. We're home, but actually, I don't need to go there. I need to go over to the industrial district. So I should be able to use this and then dig a tunnel off of this ladder to make it to where I made my tunnel. Because the ladder's here, and if I just dig off this way, yep, there it is right there. So I'm actually just going to cut that off right there, and we will use this to get all the way down to where our industrial district is, just like we were doing before. So that did make a lot of gold here. We have about 3.5 stacks of gold ingots, which is awesome. But of course, we need the other half of that, which is going to be the apples. So I have myself some composters here, and then probably honestly right here is going to be the best spot. And then if we just move this rail line to here, get a villager going, and that's not even enough power. I should have some more powered rails here, I think. Yeah, we have 3 more. All right, let's just give this a little bit more power here. And if we try it again, there we go. And then I'll just put the composter here, and I think I actually have to block him off. I think he can see some other workstation around here. So we just have to wait till he becomes a farmer. I'm actually curious to know what can he see? Unless there's a brewing stand in here. Okay, this might be what he could see. So let's just see now. No, he can still see something else. As far as I'm aware, I don't think there are any other workstations still around here. There we go. So we should be able to trade with this guy, but I'm probably going to need something easier than potatoes or beetroot. Preferably, if we can get one that has carrots, then we can use, that is dark, we can use the villager breeder to get some carrots. And there we go. That was instantly. The next trade was able to give us some carrots. And then let's just lock this in here. So that's only 3 so far. And I'm still gonna need to level this guy up at least once more, and then I think the apples show up on the second one. Aha, I have bones. I can use these to make some bone meal. And there we go. These carrots should do the trick, and we should be able to level him up now. Let's just see here, and okay, that should be enough. And then there we go. We can now buy apples, and that was already 44 apples, which then we can combine with the gold, and we can make 27 golden apples. That is going to be really beneficial. So I'm gonna go a little bit more crazy here with some villagers and try to get more than just 3 librarians. This is gonna be a big cut, so I'll be right back. Progress has been made. And you wouldn't be able to tell right now unless I go back into first person because we have much more villagers here. I don't have absolutely everything yet, but I was able to get a good amount of villagers going here, and with most of them being only 1 emerald for the trade. Some of them, like Smite 5 here, is going to be 17, but I was able to get that for 41 originally, so I think this is actually a really good trade. And off the top of my head, the only ones that I know I'm missing is Fire Protection 4, Projectile Protection 4, Feather Falling 4, and Efficiency 5. I wrote those 2 over here so I wouldn't forget. Because Efficiency and Feather Falling, those are both something that we are very much going to need before we set up more of a temporary shop. But I do have to take a quick break because Belle and Steph want to talk to me over in Starter Town because they say they have a quick question. But honestly, I don't know what that is. So let's go see what this is all about. Yep, there they are right there. Let's go over and see what's going on. What's up?
Yeah, thank you for meeting us. Appreciate it.
Nothing suspicious, no. Definitely not.
Okay.
No, not this time. Not this time. We're actually trying to do a nice thing because Marsh just joined the server, so we're just going past all the server members and we see if they wanna give something to the box, and then we're gonna give her a box with a present from everybody on the server.
A
Oh,
welcome gift.
okay. All right, a welcome
And
gift.
it could be anything from an I owe you to a stick to a bush to whatever you like.
Okay. All right. Let me see what I have because honestly, I don't know what I have. Oh, I have an idea. I actually don't even need to be in that messy storage system. I
All
need
right.
to be.
I'll fix
Messy,
your
you
pot.
say? Oh, wow.
Oh, I don't have it. Oh, someone bought it. Oh,
wow.
I was gonna give a mending book, but someone just bought my mending book that I had in here. So
that was totally not me. I don't know.
Nope,
I don't know.
nope,
I don't know where that
not.
went.
all right. Well, in that case,
Yeah, but I think we have to call the storages on this storage here.
Oh my
but
God,
What?
definitely. Have you looked in those chests?
What-
Yeah,
what's-
let's not talk.
What?
Let's not talk about the customer. But yeah,
No, indeed.
It is a little.
Meeting must be had.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Meeting must be had. It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
I will throw in 16 diamonds, and
Dang. That's
and
rare.
16 blocks of iron.
Oh.
That's what I'll throw.
I'll instantly add it to the chest because I know
gift.
my reputation. Okay, there we go. Thank you very much. I'll have added it to the collection. Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, we just
Yeah.
want to give her something nice for joining a little later.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank
Appreciate it.
you.
I
Yes.
think it's time for us to go. Awesome. We'll see you later then.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Well, already, I did forget to mention, we do have a new member. We got Marsh that joined us pretty recently. When I say recently, it was actually while I was gone. They joined, so. Villagers suck. I do have, like, basically fully enchanted gear now to, like, the best you're gonna get. Besides, like, the Swift Sneak and the Soul Speed, because I haven't done any of that stuff yet. However, I have almost every enchant here, besides a couple, as well as a lot more toolsmiths, so that way we can trade for iron. And with all of these books all the way over here, I have set up chests where I'm filling them all up with a specific type of enchant. That way we can get one full box of everything. However, I'm out of iron, which means I'm out of emeralds. And without me having to AFK for like an entire another day, we're gonna have to go with what stock we have here. Because, well, the shop's been not stocked for I don't even know how long. And we're not only gonna be restocking it, but also with new product. So the only 2 books that we're not going to have a full stock of is going to be Smite 5 and Power 5. Which I think these 2 are gonna be okay that we're not full on those. The reason why I don't easily have a full box of those is because my Smite 5 books are 20 and my Power 5 books are 14. So it takes a lot more emeralds and iron in order to start doing that. And now the part that sucks is that we now need to bring all of these books over to the starter island. But luckily for us, I was talking with Fire and we came up with a better way of doing this. Because we have a 1x2 tunnel in the nether, what we can do is use a rail line. Because we can just set all of these up on minecart chests which have the exact same capacity as a normal chest, and then have one furnace minecart behind it, which is going to be pushing all of these to the starter island. However, in order to do that, I think I want to get a portal set up at my starter house. That way we're just going to have an easier drop-off location. All right, got some obsidian and a lot of rails. So I'm thinking the first thing is to just widen this a little bit, just so I have a little bit more room to play with. And then just probably placing a block here, and then we'll just start a rail line. I might have crafted way too many rails for this, but you know what? It's fine. It's fine. We're just, you know, gonna be wasting so much iron on this, but it's gonna make our way of transportation so much faster. All right, if I light this portal and go through, right now we're just right underneath the terraforming of the starter house. This should bring us, yep, right into the higher area of the nether where we have our rail line. So this should be ready. Let's get all of these chests into minecart chests and hope this works. I've been trying to think of the best way to do this, and I think what it is to grab a minecart, break a chest, then make a minecart with chest, and then just go into the nether, place it all in, and just rinse and repeat. So the most tedious part is just going to be placing all this in and just probably giving the chest a little bit of a nudge, just so it heads off a little bit so we have room to place all 20 minecart with chests. And there we go. There are all the minecarts down there. So what we're going to do is I'm going to place one here for myself, and then we're going to place a minecart with furnace here, put a piece of coal in it, and then just get into this one, maybe not. Try this one more time here. There we go. And there we go. This is now going to push me and all these other minecarts all the way down and hopefully directly through the portal into Starter Town. It might take a little bit of time because there's so many minecarts here, but we are moving along here at a pretty decent speed, and we didn't need to use powered rails, and well, moving 14 chests full of books would have taken a lot of time. Although I'm realizing an issue here that the minecarts are very much going a little bit further than me because they're lighter, and that one's not catching up as quick. We may have an issue of the chests going into unloaded chunks. And here we go. It seems that these minecarts have stopped, and I might give it a little bit of boost here. We would just have to see. Okay, there is definitely less minecarts here, but we should just have to wait for the furnace minecart to come around the corner here, which it's right there, so it should be here within the next 20 seconds. And then it should send all of us through that portal. And here we go. It should just start sending minecarts through the portal, in which it is, and oh my lord, there is a lot of minecarts right here. I'm just going to deactivate the portal for now, because I think everything has made its way through. And it seems that we even have some that got stuck out here. And by some, I mean a lot. Look at all these books. That was probably a bad idea, because now I'm realizing that I don't have a spot to like place this back down. Let me go get some chests. And there we go. All these are back into chests, and I think I'm just going to leave these here as is. But now it comes down to getting all of these situated out here. And well, it's not all going to fit on this one carriage here. So we're going to need to come up with a new system for these books. I went with the simple approach for this and just laid out some barrels on some scaffolding and just threw some signs on top of the barrels for what is inside of it. So definitely had to make sure to let the other AutoCrafters know that these are already here, and it seems like some AutoCrafters already know. And I was talking off camera with Klacken, and we did agree that I'm also going to be giving him a Looting 3 book alongside the Smite 5 book. So let's head over and let's go deliver that. And I think I'm going to put a chest in here with the 2 books, and I'm just going to put a sign on it that just says, "To Klacken from Crink." I realize I probably shouldn't have brought a dark oak sign, but it's fine. You'll be able to read that, right? I hope so. And now the last thing that I think I want to do for this episode is what I mentioned earlier, and just extend this wheat field to probably about right here. That way we can get rid of this harsh line. The crops have been extended, and that looks a lot better. Adding the crops going down just makes this feel a lot more complete. So now then, one of the next sections that I want to work on in this area is going to be this right here, but I think we're going to tackle this at the beginning of the next episode. Because, well, we are out of time for this one. We have been very, very successful today, as we have gotten, well, really rich. We have gotten a lot of diamonds here, and this is only the start of the season. The biggest part of next episode is we are going to be starting the work on our mega base, where I will reveal the season plans, and we might get started on the first build. But I hope you all have a good day, or night, or whatever it is right now, and I will see you all in the next one. Goodbye. Don't forget to subscribe!